Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about the history and evaluation of Java. Here in this concept, Java is related to C++, which is a direct descendant of C. Much of the characters of Java is inherited from these two languages. From C, Java derives its syntax. Many of Java's object-oriented features were influenced by C++. Coming to the evaluation of Java, the development of each programming language is based on a fact. There is a need to solve a problem that was not resolved by previous programming languages. Early programmers had to choose different programming languages, usually for various tasks, such as specific languages for a type of field. A certain language was sufficient to solve the problems of its field, but was not able to solve the problem of other fields. For example, Fortran could have been used to write efficient program for scientific problems, but was not good for system code. Similarly, BASIC was easy to understand but was not robust to write big programs, while the assembly language was powerful for writing efficient programs, but it was not easy to remember and execution. Here, the programming languages such as COBOL, Fortran do not have structural principles. They use the go-to statements to control the flow of the program. Therefore, programs using this type of code are made up of many jumps and conditional statements that make it difficult to understand. So, after that, the C was invented in 1970 to replace the assembly language and to create a structured, effective and high-level language. The development of C was the result of the development process started with BCPL by Dennis Ritchie. The BCPL is an old language developed by Martin Richard. Ken Thompson developed a language called B, which were influenced by BCPL. But writing and managing large programs was a demand at that time. So, a new concept came. During the late 1970s and the early 1980s, C became the dominant computer programming language, and it is still widely used today, since C is a successful and useful programming language. You might ask why we need for something else existed. Here the answer is complexity. Throughout the history of programming, the increasing complexity of programs has driven the need for better ways to manage that complexity. C++ is a response to that need. Here the C++ came with object-oriented programming features, and it is the extension of C language which has been used extensively, and it also a powerful modern language that includes the power and simplicity of C and the characteristics of OOPS, object-oriented programming. Here the C++ provide more functional software benefits than C. C++ with the OOPS concepts became quite famous, but when a new problem arose to control the software in different machines, a separate compiler is required for that CPU. But building a C++ compiler was quite expensive. Therefore, an efficient and easy solution was needed, and this requirement became the reason for the creation of Java. This is a portable and platform independent language. So, by the end of the 1980s and early 1990s, object-oriented programming language using C++ took hold. Indeed, for a brief moment, it seemed as if programmers had finally found the perfect language. Java is an object-oriented programming language with its runtime environment. It is a combination of features of C and C++ with some additional concepts. Java is well suited for both standalone and web application development, and it is designed to provide solutions to most of the problems faced by user of the internet era. So now coming to the history of the Java. Java is used in internet programming, mobile devices, games, etc. James Gosling is the father of the Java. Here, James Gosling, Mike Sheridan, and Patrick Newton initiated the Java language project in June 1991. The small team of Sun engineers called Java team. Initially, it was designed for small embedded systems in electronic applications like set-top boxes. Firstly, it was called Green Talk by James Gosling, and the file extension was .gt. After that, it was called Oak and was developed as a part of Green project. So here, why was Java named as Oak? Oak is a symbol of strength, chosen as a national tree of many countries like the USA, France, Germany, Roman, etc. In 1995, Oak was renamed as Java because it was already a trademark by Oak Technologies. Why Java programming need Java? Why had they choose the name Java for Java language? The team gathered to choose a new name. The suggested words were dynamic, revolutionary, silk, jolt, DNA, etc. They wanted something that reflected the essence of the technology. Revolutionary, dynamic, lively, cool, unique, and easy to spell and fun to say. Accordingly, James Gosling was one of the top choice along with Silk. Since Java was so unique, most of the team members preferred Java than other names. Java is an island in Indonesia where the first coffee was produced. It was called Java coffee. It is a kind of espresso bean. Java name was chosen by James Gosling while having a cup of coffee nearby his office. Notice that Java is just a name, not an acronym. Initially developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems, which is now a subsidiary of Oracle Corporation, and it is released in 1995. In 1995, Time magazine called Java one of the 10 best products of 1995. JDK 1.0 was released on Jan 23, 1996. After the first release of Java, there have been many additional features added to the language. Now Java is being used in Windows applications, web applications, enterprise applications, mobile applications, cards, etc. Each new versions add new features in Java. Now we will see the different types of versions in Java. So here the versions are there: JDK Alpha and Beta, JDK 1.0 in 1996, JDK 1.1, J2SC 1.2. These are the different types of versions are developed in different years. J2SC 1.4, J2SC 5.0, Java SC 6, SC 7, 8, 9, 10, so on up to here. Different types of versions are there. At now Java SC 18, it is to be released by March 2022. So these are the different types of versions, or we can call as evolution of Java. So coming to the summary of this, Java is a totally computer-based programming language developed by Sun Microsystem. In the year 1991, James Gosling and his friends start a project. The team is called as Green Team. James Gosling, for the file extension, he put .gt as a file extension for the Green Talk. After the Green Talk, Oak, they introduced that. Oak is a national tree in USA, France, etc. in 1995. And after that, here the Java is used for the set-top boxes, television, remote, etc. For that purpose, they developed the Java. And also after that, for the internet programming, they used the Java. Here the versions are JDK Alpha and Beta in 1995, Sun Microsystems. The Sun Microsystem is merged with the Oracle Corporation in 2012. And the latest version is JDK 15 in 2020 by Oracle. And we have in Java, we have the core Java, advanced Java and Android Java concepts are there. Thank you.